mound making the start here tonight. Last of the first, he and the Giants lead 2-0. His 1-2 pitch. Venable swings and misses. Changeup got him. Strike 3.
He looks into Hector Sanchez. On the ground to Panic. Panic to Posey. And Lincecum has done it again. He is no hit. The San Diego Padres for the second time in 2 years.
This is Tim Lincecum, also known as the Freak to Giants fans and most of his teammates. He was called this because of his unconventional pitching delivery, which involved a high leg kick windup and a whip-like throwing motion. At 5'10", 170 pounds, he was one of the most dominant players in the MLB, competing with some of the best names baseball has ever seen. He was a World Series champion from 2010, 12, 14, and also a 4-time All-Star. But after that, he completely fell off. But where did he go after his time with the Giants? This is what happened to Tim Lincecum.
To Cabrera, up by 2. Shattered back, nice diving stop. Crawford, here's an 0-2. Struck him out, a strikeout ends the inning.
To start the story, we're going to head back to Tim Lincecum's college days. Lincecum played college baseball at the University of Washington before being drafted by the San Francisco Giants in 2006. He was easily one of the best pitchers in college baseball, winning the Pac-10 Pitcher of the Year award twice and the Golden Spikes Award in 2006. Lincecum was then drafted by the Giants in the first round of the 2006 MLB draft as a 10th overall pick with a $2 million signing bonus, just 3 picks behind the legendary Clayton Kershaw. He quickly rose to the Giants minor league system and earned himself a call-up to the majors on May 6, 2007. He became one of the most exciting and dominant pitchers in the league and helped lead the Giants to World Series victories in 2010, 12, and 14.
Got him looking, and the Giants have won it all.
Even though he was one of the best in the game, teams were concerned about his longevity because of his height and weight. Typically, a major league pitcher will be at least 200 pounds at the minimum and 6 feet tall at the minimum. Because Lincecum was significantly lower than the league minimum and throwing 95 miles per hour, he needed to literally use every single muscle in his body to throw at that velocity. Just look at the first round pick for the Braves in 2023. He's 21 years old, 6'2", and already 210 pounds. He's 40 pounds and 3 inches taller than Tim Lincecum, and 3 inches is a lot. Other pitchers in the MLB like Gratterall don't need to put in that much effort because of their size. But with Lincecum, he was anywhere from 30 to 50 pounds lighter than anybody else. He knew that he had to maximize his efficiency and his mechanics in order to be able to throw 95 miles per hour in the MLB. Unfortunately, teams knew this, so concerned about his health were always high.
Head athletic trainer to come out.
Coming out.
There, go back to the pitch he threw to Perez where it looked like he slipped and he tried to gut through the next 2, and the next 2 even more awkward.
Even though teams were scared about his injuries, he was still one of the best pitchers to ever play the game. He won the Cy Young Award in back-to-back seasons, one in 2008 and 2009, becoming the first pitcher in history to ever win the award twice in the first 2 full seasons of their career. Lincecum was also named an All-Star 4 times from 2008 to 2011, and he also led the National League in strikeouts 3 times throughout his career. He threw 2 no-hitters throughout his career, the first one on July 13th, 2013 against the Padres, where he struck out 13 batters and walked only 4, and the second no-hitter again against the Padres next year on June 25th, 2014, striking out 6 batters and issuing just 1 walk.
And Lincecum has done it again. He has no-hit the San Diego Padres for the second time in 2 years.
2011 would be the last time Tim Lincecum showed any sort of success as a Major League Baseball player. In 2012, he posted a 5.18 ERA over the course of 186 innings pitched. To put this into perspective, a good ERA in the MLB is anything under a 3.75. maybe even a 4. In addition to this, starting pitchers want to have anywhere from at least 155 innings pitched on the year to the maximum of like 225 innings pitched. But 2012 was Tim Lincecum's worst year on paper. He was giving up more hits, more walks, more home runs, and less strikeouts. Yes, I know I'm showing Angels footage right now, but there was no footage of Tim Lincecum in 2012 really giving up any home runs. But because he had such an amazing track record, the Giants weren't really concerned with this year's performance. They merely thought it was a fluke. In 2013, Tim Lincecum bounced back, posting a 4.37 ERA over the course of 197.2 innings pitched. Now, although this wasn't as good as his previous All-Star years, it was still showing signs that he was improving based off his previous year. In 2014, he had a 4.74 ERA over the course of 155 innings, and then in 2015, he had a 4.13 ERA over the course of 76.1 innings pitched. During this year, Tim Lincecum battled with a lot of injuries and struggled staying on the field. His ERA was pretty solid, and he had a decent amount of innings up until 2015. But after 2015, this was the start of Tim Lincecum's decline. The Giants decided not to re-sign him after the 2015 season, making him a free agent. Tim Lincecum then signed with the Los Angeles Angels in 2016 for a one-year deal worth $1.8 million. But injuries and poor performance led to his release in August later that year. After his release from the Angels in 2016, Lincecum took a break from baseball, taking a whole year off and taking time to reassess and redevelop his mechanics so he can come back stronger for the next season. Throughout the entire of 2017, nobody knew where Tim Lincecum went. Sometimes other people would run into him at a training facility, working on his mechanics or trying to get better. But Lincecum liked to stay out of the spotlight. He was trying to get better for the 2018 season so he can bounce back and come back to the MLB stronger than he was before. Lincecum attempted a comeback with the Texas Rangers in 2018, signing $1 million deal, but then also was released later that year. Lincecum finally announced his retirement from professional baseball on June 27th, 2018 at the age of 33. To put this into perspective, baseball pitchers usually retire from the ages ranging from anywhere 32 on the low end to 40 on the higher end if they were really good. Over his career, he had a record of 110 wins, 89 losses with a career ERA of 3.74. He struck out 1,704 batters in 1,643.2 innings, averaging 9.3 strikeouts per night. So what happened to Tim Lincecum? Some say injuries is what got to the best of him. Others say it was a lack of consistency. Personally, I think it was his size that limited him from being a top 5 pitcher to ever play the game. He needed to be a little bit bigger in size if he wanted to have a longer career, but I think his body was just exhausted from being used as extremely as it was. His build just wouldn't withstand the violent delivery he had to use to create velocity. With that being said, he had a career that most people would dream about. He accomplished things that some people never got close to, and he will forever go down as one of the greatest Giants pitchers. Thanks for watching.
And misses, strike 3.